Welcome back. In this episode, we're going to be focusing on doublers. Doublers are the component that adds a little bit of material, so when we add all of our skins, there's actually something to bond to. So check it out. This is my first hydro. If you've never done a hydro, built a hydro, this is the Hydro Blazer Backlash. Follow along. I'm trying not to make mistakes, but let's see how we can get through those, and stay tuned as we put this together for the first time. Okay, so part number 24 is gonna go somewhere around here. The only thing that the instructions say is the tip of 24 is the tangent of part number 12, and so part 20, so it's the outside of the sponson. Tangent means this, so this is the tangential point of these two, this line and this circle, right? And so what that means is the tip is just it's just basically barely touching. It's not sticking out. It's not way inside. It's just barely touching. And so with that, what I'm like mocking up now is the outside skin. How's the outside skin like line up, mother, with this location? I think you're good. I'm trying to like line it up and get it to like, you do that, what I just did, and then you take your bottom sheet and you do it, and it's kind of, I think you just trust the process. I think you just got to trust the process. There's enough overhang between these two sheets that you're gonna have a joining. They're gonna join. I don't know. I'm like really trying to slow down and take my time on this because I don't really want to mess it up. Also, I've seen some builds in the past, and this part looked like kind of cockeyed, right? And so, because the way the picture shows in the manual, it looks like it's right here. It's not. It's not clear. It's clearly not on this part. Like, it's not like this. It looks like it's right here. But if you do that, it hangs out way out here. So then you're like, well, dude, all right, so do I cock it in? Like that? Or do I go like this? Like, I think I'm going to go like this. That's what I think. All right, consulting with a few colleagues, it appears that we want to go with this configuration on part number 24. If you look, this outside edge, we want to continue that edge on this face, because when we lay the side skin down, it's going to be gluing to that. So that's what we're going to go with. And then also, don't forget to glue part 30. I haven't really mentioned this. It's a doubler on the inside of the inside edge of the sponson. Don't put it over on the other side here. Don't put it over here. you know, and like you see that there's a doubler that's gonna go right here. I had to just file that down right now because grab one, make sure it fits. It's gonna be a lot easier to file it down now before it's glued than after this part 30 is glued. So go ahead and do that. This doubler is particularly tricky because of the bend. You can't use these cheap Harbor Freight clamps. You really got to use something beefier to hold it in place. This is just a dry fit up. All right, so these sponsons have a stepped haul. You can see them right here. You can see them right here. Right there, and then it drops back down, comes back up, and then it drops back down again. All right, so these doublers are creating a perimeter on which we can glue to. And so you take this, we're gonna glue this down. Now we got a nice inner edge that we can bond to, right? So just multiply that by all these other locations on the sponson. All right, let me show you. Come with me. Things look good. And take a look at this right here. So that's, oh my God, there's like right there, yeah. So this one too, that looks good. I didn't do them here. I didn't do it here yet, but I got these going. Oop, got these going. So this is nice and flat. And then I'm just looking at all my joints. All my joints right there. Looks good. Yeah, the binder clips, man, they're key. Those are little animals. All right. Next up, we gotta finish these ones up over here. And then we're going to do these ones and those two over there. Then we're going to flip the whole thing over. Before I do that, well, I'm going to do these doublers on the top side. But before I do skins, like, cause I was talking about my buddy, and like I won't be able to seal this if the bottom sheet is on. So I'm going to, before skins, we are going to seal, because there's a lot of spots here that are not going to be accessible. So make it easy on ourselves, like, this outside edge, right? I won't be able to get into that. So okay, all right, we are moving right along with our doublers. I wanted to show you that when we go to install them on the boat, these channels, for whatever reason, are not letting the doubler go in, so I'm doing a combination of filing the channel themselves and the bulkhead, but then also, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm filing it a little bit off right here. I just want to let you know that I'm doing that. I don't, it's probably kind of frowned upon. I don't really believe it's creating much of a stress fracture or a stress concentration. I really don't. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm doing that. So you decide if you want to do that or not. Alright, we are gluing. We are gluing. Alright, I know it looks like a lot here, but it really isn't that bad. So I'm going around and I'm just double checking that these doublers, I'm just taking an extra piece, making sure everything's nice and flat. And another thing, I don't know if you saw it, but I'm taking a popsicle stick and smearing a rag over just to make sure the surfaces are nice and clean. This was a messy, these doublers, I don't know what these reinforcements, I don't know what the hell they're called. They, this is probably the stickiest job so far. Like I would, just because I think it's inevitable, just because you're smearing the epoxy on such a small edge. Even if it was on the boat, I think it's cleaner on the edge, because on the boat you're gonna have more chance for runs. If you put it on the part itself, I think it prevents you from putting too much on. And so, yeah, this was a sticky job. But my batch, I don't know if you could see, but my batch was like perfect, the amount that I used. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna let this cure. I feel like this was kind of there was just a lot of parts. There's a lot of parts on this, and this was pretty time intensive. But I'm really digging how it's looking right now. So, yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean, for these these 4 long runs, and then I had a couple extras. I had a couple extras on these 2 little kickouts, and then I actually did the final one of these, the recovery pad, I think it's called. That all took about 45 minutes, just to give you a time frame on how much working time you had. So about 45 minutes. And yeah, we'll let this cure, and then I think we're gonna flip it over. Anything that's, let me try to think, anything that was surprising. I think the biggest surprise was how the front of the sponson kind of fit up there, kind of a pigeon toe on the support there for the skins. That was the biggest surprise at this part of the phase, at this part of the build. In the next episode, we are going to be preparing for skins. We're going to be talking about sanding all the contours in preparation for bonding the skins, and order of operations. You know, do we seal? Do we install the skin first and then seal? We're going to be talking about that. So stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe so you can see all the updates. Thanks for following along.